All right, back for another beer review, and today I'm reviewing a beer from Interboro Spirits Ales, and they are out of Brooklyn, New York. And this is their Louder Than a Fruit Bomb. So this is a double dry hopped double IPA, and they're brewing this with a combined 500 pounds of passion fruit along with guava and apricot puree. Comes in at 7.7% alcohol by volume, 30 IBUs, and at the time of review, this beer is approximately 3 weeks old. So Interboro, not only is this the first beer that I'm reviewing from them on the channel, but this is the first beer that I'm having from them, period. So they get very, 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 very limited distribution in the Western New York area. I've seen their beers in kegs, so on tap locally a few times. I've never seen any of their packaged beers, though, locally. And when I was in Rochester, New York a couple weeks ago, I saw this at the One Stop Brew Shop, and that's because they took a little bit of a trek downstate and picked up a bunch of goodies in the Hudson Valley and in New York City and brought them back. So when I saw this, I was like, man, I got to grab that. I got to give it a review. I've never had anything from Interboro. I've heard great things, so here we are. So like I said, double dry hop, double IPA. They are brewing it with passion fruit and then apricot or guava and apricot puree. They say they use over a combined 500 pounds of it. And this is actually a variant of their Louder Than a Bomb double IPA. And that one is, that's the base of this beer as well. And that is brewed with Simcoe and Citra along with Simcoe Lupulin dust. So yeah, should be interesting, pretty damn fresh. And I cannot wait to tear in this one. So let's crack it open. So I've been reviewing so many non-IPAs lately, which is a change for my channel. I know Paul and everybody, Eric Gilbert, all I do is review, New England style IPAs and stuff. Not really, I mean, they give me shit, but I do review quite a bit. But it's been a while since wow, I can smell this one, holy shit. It's been a while since I've sat down and reviewed like a double dry hopped, double IPA or double dry hopped anything, New England anything. So it's cool to get back into them. 10 Days of Pumpkin, upcoming very shortly. Not looking forward to it, kind of looking forward to it. Anyway, yeah, that pours out this very deep, man, that looks like a deep, deep grapefruit color. Very murky, about a half finger of an off-white head. Creamy looking head, but yeah, that plays the role of a New England style IPA, albeit maybe a bit darker. But when I crack this open, passion fruit, just crazy amounts of passion fruit on the nose. Let's get a nose on this one. Yeah, that smells like a straight up passion fruit juice. Wow. Yeah, so obviously I've been on a diet now for over 4 months, 4.5 months, almost 5 months. And I've been eating more fruit, passion fruit and peaches and stuff like this. This has a huge passion fruit nose. This is like I just, started getting into a passion fruit, like just started eating it. And it's like you're bringing it up to your mouth to eat it, but I'm not bringing it up in my nose to smell it. Tons of passion fruit, a little bit of that apricot. Really not picking up the guava too much. Wow. There's a slight acidic feel to this one on the nose too, like from that passion fruit. Like it's going to have like a slight tartness, a slight acidic vibe to it. I would be lying to you if I told you I could smell the base IPA in this one, because this one is just passion fruit, a little bit more passion fruit, all the passion fruit, a little bit of apricot, and then passion fruit, and then more passion fruit. So I'm just going to get into it because I really can't tell you what the base double IPA smells like, mostly because I can't smell it. Anyway, let's get into it. Cheers. Ooh. Oh, that's a little bit more tart, almost borderline sour. It's more tart and very acidic like I thought. Oh, that's a shock. Not drinking, like I said, haven't been diving into a lot of sours or double IPAs or really any kind of fruit beers. So when I just took that first sip, it kind of woke up the palate a bit. First off, body mouthfeel, superb. This is medium to higher side of medium body. 7.7%, technically a double IPA. You're getting just right into the double IPA realm of things. Mouthfeel, very, very soft and smooth. It's not luscious and creamy like so many of the double IPAs, but it just has a nice softness and smoothness to it. A bit of carbonation there to let you know it's carbonated, but aside from that, it's really smooth and creamy. Well, smooth and soft as opposed to creamy and luscious. And then that passion fruit and the apricot. I'm getting guava actually now in the taste. Those three fruits that they're brewing this with They're shining through in the taste. Right up front, you're hit with the passion fruit, the apricot and the guava, and there's a nice, like, almost like bready sweetness from the base IPA. It carries through the palate. Really, for me, the remnants of the double IPA are kind of gone. There is almost no bitterness to speak of. Like I said, it's quite acidic, quite tart. This is drinking almost like a imperial fruit ale, just a generic like imperial fruit ale or imperial fruit sour, as opposed to a double IPA. If you told me that this was like an Imperial Berliner Weiss or something, I would believe you, because there isn't a lot of double IPA notes in here. Maybe even ever so slight grapefruit, almost orange vibe underneath everything, like an undertone. But for the most part, this is all about the passion fruit, all about the apricot, all about the guava. This makes me curious to try their Louder Than a Bomb, the base beer, because I think the fruit has kind of grabbed hold of this one, and just that's what this beer is now. It's a fruit beer. Yeah, I mean, it finishes, like I said, tart, a nice tart, like a nice balance of tartness and sweetness on the finish. It's not dry at all. Like, it's a sweeter finish. It's not bitter. I'm enjoying this one for what it is. If I had to rate it to style, it'd probably not get a great rating, but I'm just going to rate it for personal enjoyment like I always do. And I'm going to give the Louder Than a Fruit Bomb from Interboro Spirits and Ales, I'm going to give this a solid 4 out of 5. I'm curious to know what their base Louder Than a Bomb tastes like, because this one just seems like all the fruit took hold of it, and it's just it's dominating the taste. It dominated the aroma. I enjoy passion fruit. I enjoy apricots. I like guava. So this one, is kind of doing it for me, but at the same time, it's not complex. It lacks complexity. It's those three fruits with a few other characters. I do like the body and mouthfeel, so I'm digging this one. At the same time, there's not a lot going on to this one. So yeah, that's all I got for you. 4 out of 5 for Louder Than a Fruit Bomb from Interboro Spirits and Ales. If you guys had this one, let me know what you think. Or let me know one of your favorite fruited IPAs, because this isn't one of my favorite. This is actually one of the few fruited IPAs that I've had recently that just the fruit dominates the base beer, which sometimes can be fun, sometimes can be disappointing. In this case, I'm happy with it, but I still would like that base double IPA to shine through a bit. Just like, just pop up and be like, hey, I'm here. Here's a character here. Here's a character there. It's not really doing that. But anyway, appreciate you guys stopping by. To the next one. Cheers.